Before I get into the review, I think I ought to take a moment and pad out an intro so this video doesn't get age restricted. Thank you to my Patreon supporters Rolf, Therion, and Aurelian Caesar. For December, I am paying an artist who wishes to not be named to do Christmas comics involving the channel waifus. You can find them early on Patreon, link below. Titties! Now that I have your attention, Reincarnation Coliseum is a wonderful action tournament era manga that really seems like it came from a different, more open era. This manga is written by Harawata Saizo, with art done by Zunta. The full name is Reincarnation Coliseum. The weakest skill conquers the strongest women and creates a harem. Guess what this manga is all about just from that title, huh? But really, stop me if you heard this one before. The #1 gamer... That joke getting old yet? Leave a like if that joke's getting... Anyways, the #1 gamer in all of Japan that has never lost a single game ever suddenly gets transported to another world to act as a chosen hero in the war of survival with another country. However, the main character, Mikigami, is given no skill aside from what is considered the quote-unquote weakest skill. He has the copy skill. Because the one that summoned him, the High Priestess Zaid, is dissatisfied with the quality of his skill, Mikigami is thrown into the Coliseum to fight and die in gladiatorial matches. A scoundrel named Zulu explains the rules of the Coliseum to Mikigami. It's simple really. The winner gets to loaf the loser. That joke was funny, fuck you. Now you might be thinking, but what if the woman beats the man? Simple. They use magic to turn the man into a woman and have the woman grow a dong. The main character is literally fighting to the death to not lose his manhood and become a mother. Other, weaker main characters would be afraid or sulk and cry or try to pussy their way out of fighting, but Mikigami takes it differently. Even if he is killed, he will be revived. There are skills and talents that he has to memorize from other fighters. Winning and losing isn't solely based on physical prowess. To Mikigami, he just entered a new game that has all its bugs, glitches, and cheats there, but out of his sight. To him, there's a new life where he gets to figure out how to quote-unquote beat this game. The stakes are his man meat and not being treated like a blue ribbon heifer, so who does he end up fighting? Here's where the fun part comes in. I can't show you most of the fights in the manga because almost all the characters have their ass and titties hanging out, or the way Mikigami wins is spoiled. I can, at least, explain how Mikigami fights. His copy ability only works on those he perceives as enemies. When he copies their skills, he can only use half of its effectiveness. For example, the enemy he is fighting has level 4 flames. When Mikigami uses it, he will only be able to summon level 2 flames. Understand? So if everything he does is just a worse imitation than his enemies, how does he win? A combination of two tactics. One, use their abilities in a way that they thought impossible. Mikigami is a pro exploiter and will spend the days leading up to a fight trying to figure out how he could, quote-unquote, cheat the game in a way. 2, shit-talking so hard the enemies have mental breakdowns. I kid you not, when Mikigami decides to just lay into the person he's fighting, it is some of the best and hypest moments in the manga. Mikigami isn't a bitch. He will poke and prod at the enemies verbally until he finds what hurts the most and just lay it on thick. Other main characters would sit there and trash talk slightly or give off one-liners, but Mikigami is a fucking gamer, dude. The trash talk he dishes out is intentionally theatrical and over the top just to really rub the salt in. Going back to Mikigami bending the rules, he also isn't afraid to let himself get hurt a bit. He's actually smart enough to know that basically, I don't need to fear death, so I ain't gonna hold back. If winning is the cost of him getting a little burnt, breaking a couple of legs and ribs, or even sacrificing his right arm and left leg, he would do it. He isn't the man, the guy, him, right, that wins every time easily. He has to work for his victories. Oh, and before I forget, don't worry, there's no HP bar, there's no, fucking D&D shit or MMORPG shit, at least for the most part. Mikigami uses his brain to win, and isn't afraid to make sacrifices. Couple that with some gnarly art that has good weight to the fighting and showing some blood and gore occasionally, this might be some of the best fighting I've seen in isekai. So I need to talk about the other half of the manga, or rather, 2/3. As I've said before, I genuinely can't put most of the panels with the main girls on this video, or the video would get nuked off the planet immediately. Zunta knows how to draw some ass. There are entire chapters that are just fan service, because the fan service already present wasn't enough. I fucking kneel. I should have mentioned this beforehand, but if you genuinely get upset at a fan service era manga that has ass and titties and the women are 80% naked 90% of the time, it ain't the manga's fault you have a failing sex drive. You aren't expected to go full-on monkey fist right on your cock and balls from the moment this manga says go. But you don't have to fucking be like, oh my god, where are her organs? Why isn't she covered up? Oh, weird gooner, insert weird Guna manga shit. You know, do all that all you want. This is masculinity. If you disagree, please comment down below so we can all laugh at you. So that is all I have to say about Reincarnation Coliseum. The fighting is fucking gnarly, Mikigami is a real man that isn't a fucking bitch like most of the main characters, and I will be using this manga to filter out the people that watch my videos. Thank you for watching. Shitter and Pat Ryan down below. Again, join up to check out the Christmas comics. Thank you to Therion, Rolf, and Big Man Aurelian Caesar for their donations. Subscribe or you're getting coal for Christmas.
走れソリよ風のように月見原を